Alright, so today I found another clutch of Ball Python eggs under one of my females, and I thought I'd bring you along for the ride as I pull them and put them up in the incubator. And this is kind of an interesting cross. I actually crossed my pastel inchy desert ghost male, a visual desert ghost, with a lemon blast, a pastel pinstripe. And I've never actually done this pairing before, so it'll be kind of interesting to prove out the female to see if there's maybe a het desert ghost in there. Sometimes you can get lucky and pop out a visual desert ghost. I actually did that with one of my females a few years ago, and ever since I found out it was het for desert ghost, I pair them up every single year shooting for the visual desert ghost. And last year I couldn't believe I actually proved it out one year, and then the next year I did the same exact pairing and I got 0 desert ghosts. What are the odds of that? Which is kind of crazy. I'm doing the same pairing this year. Hopefully that girl, she's actually a pastel calico. Hopefully she'll lay some eggs, and hopefully I'll get another visual desert ghost. So in this one, the female, the pastel pinstripe, she's actually what I think is, you could actually consider it to be like a Volta, which is a locality specific ball python that tends to get a lot bigger. You'll see on her head's a little bit bigger, and she's a really thicker body than a lot of my other ball pythons, and she'll lay a pretty big clutch of eggs. Sometimes you'll get 9, 10, or 11 eggs from a big girl like that. I'm hoping I'll get at least 7 eggs from this girl. And the other thing is, I actually looked in her tub, and it looked like she kind of pushed one egg to the side and then kind of crushed it up against the wall of the tub. So I'm not sure how good that egg is. You know, sometimes when you get a big girl like that and she kind of squeezes the eggs wrong, sometimes she can actually damage the eggs. So I'm going to go in, I want to pull this female off these eggs, and we'll set them up in the incubator. Alright, so this lemon blast female, she lives way down on the bottom. The very bottom tub down here. These are actually ARS 8018 tubs, which is the biggest of the biggest as far as what you can actually get for ball python. Look at how many eggs she has. I'm thinking she definitely has more than 7. That's a lot of eggs in there. Look at how big she is. And this is the egg that I was kind of worried about. Look, it looks kind of, well, I guess, well, we'll have to candle that one and see. Looks kind of beat up. I've never seen an egg so beat up. Look at that thing. That's pretty crazy. Alright, she is a big girl with a big bunch of eggs, which is pretty awesome. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this tub out, we'll put it up on the table, and we'll get her off those eggs. We'll see how many's in there. I'm guessing maybe 11 or 12. That's my guess. So I'm going to guess 11 before I pull her off. That's my guess, including this one right here. I don't know if I'd bet money on it, but that's what I'm guessing. Alright, so I am seeing a lot of eggs under this girl. A whole bunch of eggs. She looks like she would actually bite me. I don't know. Let's see. I've yet to be bitten by a female. Wow, look at all those eggs. I'm guessing 10 under her. Maybe. And from what I'm seeing, it looks like she laid all the eggs. That's a lot of eggs. Look at how big she is. Right after laying eggs, she's huge. Looks like you wouldn't even know. She's so big and thick, even just right after laying. You know, usually they look really super skinny. This girl, she's just a really thick, I think she's Volta. They consider him a Volta. Alright, so I'm going to put this girl in the tub over here, in my big boa tub. Let's see how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11. I was one off. We got 12 eggs. A 12 egg clutch. Is that crazy or what? I'm going to move this light up a little bit. And boy, these are stuck together pretty good. Wow, look at all those eggs. That is a big bunch of eggs right there. Alright, so I want to move this other light up. I'm kind of lighting challenged here with these studio lights. Try to get enough lighting in here. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to try to separate these. But man, that's a bunch of eggs right there. Huge clump of eggs. That's pretty awesome. Alright, so I'm going to separate these if I can, maybe. They feel like they were laid quite a while ago, which makes me nervous. Alright. Because I know these won't fit in one box. I know for sure. Boy. These are really leathery. So normally I check my eggs every single day. I check my females to make sure if there's any eggs I can put them up in the incubator. Yesterday, it was the first day I didn't check them because I was out riding motorcycles for my motorcycle channel and I didn't have time after I got back. I was out there in the sun baking all day. Oh, it was so hot. And there were so many people I had to stand in line for like hours before I actually rode a motorcycle, which is kind of crazy. And that channel, if you're interested in checking that one out, actually I listed if you actually go to my YouTube channel page and scroll all the way to the bottom, I have my other monetized channels listed. I have 5 monetized channels on YouTube now, which is pretty cool. So my motorcycle channel is one I started last year. These are coming apart pretty easy. Wow, these are almost starting to dry out. I bet she laid them yesterday, and it's the evening today, so these almost feel like they're at least 24 hours old. I usually don't let them sit this long. Boy, always makes me nervous trying to pull these apart without. Oh, look at that on the bottom. Got a flat bottom. I was wondering if it would be better to let them sit out in the air for a day. It seems like if they get a little bit more leathery, as long as they don't start getting dimpled in, they're almost like a little bit dimpled, where they're starting to get a little bit desiccated because it's so dry here in Colorado. But I always wondered if you left them like in a dry environment like it is here in Colorado for a little bit longer, maybe not this long, if it would actually kind of preserve the eggs, kind of give like a better resistant coat, like a thicker coating on the egg. Wow, that's a lot of eggs. That is a lot of eggs. Out of all those eggs, I should be able to prove this girl out if she's head for Desert Ghost or not. For sure. And this time, I've been trying to produce a visual Desert Ghost. I have one visual Desert Ghost female, and I don't think she's going to lay again. It's been years since I had that one. Considering holding back another female het Desert Ghost just so I can produce some more. I think I'm actually going to do that this year. This is one of my holdbacks. And from this clutch, I'm actually doing pastel crossed with pastel, so I should be able to get like well, if I hit all the genes and a female, it would actually be a super pastel pinstripe, which would be a super blast with the Enchi in there. So it'd be an Enchi super blast, which would be pretty awesome. These are really stuck right here. So if I could produce that, usually Enchi with pinstripe, you can see pretty obvious the Enchi and the pinstripe because it really changes it. So yeah, if I actually hit that and it was a female, I'd definitely hold that one back. Of course, last year, as a matter of fact, I got another male that I haven't sold yet. I'm thinking about holding that one back. It's almost big enough to breed. It's from last year. It's actually a super pastel, 100% het Desert Ghost that thinking about holding that one back. All right, wow, look at all those eggs. That's incredible. All right, so I'm going to do a little candling, and I'm going to mark them with my marker. Get the embryos on top. Always exciting. I say it's Exciting, but not as exciting as cutting eggs. That's the most exciting part, is seeing what you got after you cut the eggs. Hopefully we don't have any slugs in here. I've been having a hard time with slugs. Look at that. That's, you can still see inside really good. Sometimes if you let them sit for too long, you can't see inside, and that's kind of a indicator of how old they are too. So if you get them like 2 or 3 days old, a lot of times the shell will get so thick that you really can't see inside of the egg. It's really hard to candle it. But I've actually found with my retic eggs, if they get really thick to where you can't see them from the bottom, if you're trying to shine through the bottom, what you can actually do is you can put your flashlight on top, and it's easier to see on the older eggs, candling from the top, which is a trick that I learned with my retics. After they got too old to candle from the bottom, I candled them from the top. Ooh, this one looking pretty bad. This is a scrunched one in the corner. Not so hot on that one. It's like the veins are thinner or something weird. Looks like it had a hard time on that one. So far we don't have any infertile ones. Knock on wood. Look at that, that's weird. So this, well, I don't know if that was the, looks like this was the bottom, because this right here was attached to another egg, and this was up because it's flat. So this one was actually laid with the embryo on the bottom. So they don't always lay them with the embryo on the top. I'm convinced it doesn't really matter. But this is pretty much the industry standard. Everyone puts the embryos facing up, so it can't hurt. We got to candle them anyways because we want to see if there's any clear ones that we need to throw away. I used to try to incubate the clear ones. I got to the point where I don't even try. This one's looking a little beat up too. That one's looking kind of rough. Alright, so all good eggs. Wow, that's pretty awesome. Alright, so I'm going to set up a couple egg boxes. I'm pretty sure I can fit like a maximum of 11, depending on the size of the eggs in one of these. So since we have 12, we'll definitely need 2 egg boxes. So I'll do like 6 and 6, I guess. 2 different eggs. It's like a double clutch, which is pretty awesome. Almost pretty much exactly, I'd say the average clutch size is about 6 for smaller females, average size females. Pretty rare that you'll get anything bigger than that. I think my biggest one was 13. Had a 13 egg clutch from one of my really big het caramel albinos. My biggest snakes. They're about 5,000 grams, so they're really big females. So I just had 32 ounces of perlite and about half a quart of water that it's actually the RODI that you get at the grocery store, reverse osmosis water. But you just want to warm it up so it's not ice cold water. It started out as room temperature water, so it's not too bad. Alright, so we're almost running out of vermiculite. I do have another bag in the garage, or I mean perlite. I used to use vermiculite, but I think I prefer perlite anymore. I don't even measure it out anymore. I just kind of guesstimate and just kind of throw it together. So much easier than weighing it. It's pretty nice. I'd say one of the hardest parts about being a snake breeder and everything else that I have going on here with the chickens and the ducks and the roaches is maintaining inventory of all my consumables, like the perlite, vermiculite, the press and seal, the labels for the label maker. For shipping roaches, I need the little deli cups and the cardboard boxes for the eggs. I actually use like a foam insert. I have different size cardboard boxes for all the different stuff. It's like I'm always running out of something. Yeah, today I have some backup perlite, but I'm running out of press and seal. I'm hoping I have enough press and seal to actually seal both of these boxes. That's kind of the limiting factor right now. Alright, so I'm going to move these eggs over in these egg boxes, and then we'll put the press and seal on and put them up in the incubator. Alright, so let's see if this will actually fit these egg boxes. Hopefully we don't run out of press and seal here. I don't think I have any more upstairs either. So I just got on Amazon and ordered a couple more boxes. Hopefully. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be real close. Alright. One more box here. Hopefully we have enough for this one. Hopefully we don't get another double clutch before the press and seal comes. Oh, let's see. It's going to be really close. Barely, barely. Wow. I don't know if I have enough for another box. It's almost complete. Well, maybe. Maybe I get enough for one more egg box, which would be pretty nice. Alright, 12 more eggs. That'll be an exciting clutch to cut right there. 12 eggs. Alright, so I'm going to take my label maker and make some labels. I actually use this Brother P-Touch. That thing has been through the war. I printed probably thousands of labels with this thing. It's pretty awesome. Alright, so here are the labels. I actually do the genes, the genetics for the cross. This is actually a pastel Inchy Desert Ghost crossed with my pastel pinstripe #1 female. And then I do the laid date and the hatch date on each box. So today it was laid on the 15th of May 2022. It should hatch in 2 months, the 14th of July. And if you bought one of my reticulated python hatchlings, I actually hatched out 40 of them, and I sold 8 of them already, which is kind of crazy. They've been flying off the shelf before they even, were even fully shed. I haven't even fed them yet. I haven't even sexed them, which is kind of crazy. So all of them have shed, all 40 of them. Kind of the weird thing on my retics is I went through every single hatchling and put it up in the hatchling rack, and for some reason I was looking in one of the tubs and I found 2 snakes in one tub. I don't know what was the deal with that. So my 39 actually turned into 40, and then I found one that was kinked, which is unfortunate. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the kinked one. Maybe I'll have some kind of a giveaway if someone wants. It just has a really slight kink right by the end of the tail. I might actually give that one away. Alright, so I'm going to take these labels, put them on these egg boxes, and put them up in the incubator. Alright, so here's my 6-foot tall egg incubator. Look at how it's filling up with ball python eggs. For a while there it was almost completely full with retic eggs, and then actually once those hatched I moved them in the hatchling rack, and now we're filling them up with ball pythons, which is pretty awesome. So here, let's see, the next clutch, the 22nd of June will be the first of my ball pythons hatching towards the end of June. So about a month away still on these as far as hatching them out. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.